to
do
do
have
this.
one actually, but it's heavier than
It's
this.
heavier than.
Drag it up here.
Sorry. All right.
Hold on.
Oh gosh, I know.
We're making technical.
Am I in your way now?
No. He's going for like a fuzzy background.
Well, she was wearing white, so your dark might throw
Yeah,
a different amount of
it
light.
will.
You're good,
Yeah.
Your light to depth.
The only
of
thing that
field
would look weird is
ratio.
if you cut her and her together, then the background's not going to
Yeah.
change, but they are. So, you know, you would have to sort of think about not editing the two of them back to back.
Okay.
We could maybe,
point.
you know, pick up one of these things and put it back there if
It
you
would
want.
still be the same because of the
Oh.
categories.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
it's
see.
okay because we have
okay.
other things.
Yeah,
that-
we have like 600
You do?
people.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we have footage at the house.
Okay, oh,
And
good.
Teresa's
Yeah,
outside.
we do, Ruth.
We haven't redone her yet.
Oh, we're done, all right.
Yeah, anytime you feel like.
Well, I know we're gonna have to, won't we?
I know. I'm
You ready,
losing-
Stephen? I'm ready and I'm rolling.
I think
All
we
right.
talked
Good.
about that when
System
school
firm
starts.
okay? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me know when.
I'm going.
Oh, you're going. Okay, Chris. So just tell us your name and your position
Sure.
here.
Okay. My name is, all right, hold on. Where do I look? You or the camera?
Look at her.
Look at
Hey,
this.
Look at you.
Stephen.
Okay.
Yes. Is that light directly on or does it need to be tilted? Just, there you go.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Chris Caraway Bowman. I'm VP of Marketing and Public Relations at Los Robles Hospital.
Great. How did you first come to know about our House of Hope?
I think I received a phone call from somebody at City Hall, and they invited me to attend a meeting. And when I got there, there were a whole bunch of people whose faces I didn't recognize. I thought, well, this is good. This is interesting. I'm going to learn something new. And got to know Teresa and got to know Ruth and a few other people. And they told me their vision and how the city could be involved, and they were hoping the hospital would be involved. And I just sat and listened, and I believe that Dr. John Horton was there at the time, and he's such a champion for this. And that meant a lot to me because I've known him since the early 90s, and knowing the quality person that he is and the dedicated physician, I felt, well, if he must be something really good going on here. So that's pretty much how I first heard about it.
And since then, the house has been operational.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit from your perspective as a medical professional,
Mhm.
the significance about what they're trying to do
Yeah.
with our house.
Well, I have to be honest with you. After I left that meeting, I thought to myself that their hearts are in the right place. But how do you go about doing this when funding is so difficult to get? And I didn't know whether the city was ready to jump on board with any type of funding. And I know this was new for us. And then I realized the tenacity that Teresa has and Ruth has and their whole team has. And I thought, you know, if anybody could do this, they'll get this done. And then before I knew it, they were calling to say that they're ready to open up. And I thought, my goodness, I mean, it hasn't really been that long. And so I'm really anxious to see this. And then when I realized that they were serious and they were going to open, I started to tell our case managers about it and started to tell our social workers. And every single social worker said to me, we need this in the community. You have no idea how many times, especially in the ER, we have patients coming in and we discharge them and they have no place to go. Or when we discharge them, we know we're discharging them back to an environment that's not healthy for them. And they so much love the idea that they'll be able to send our patients to a place where they'll be cared for, they'll be loved, they'll be nourished emotionally and through manna, and be able to live their last days in an environment that's loving. So we're just thrilled to know that it's out there. The other feeling I had after I went by and I actually toured, and I was blown away by what was done with such a little bit of funding, and the way it was thought through to not only the ramps, which of course you have to have, but the simplicity of the entire house. Every room is beautifully furnished, but it's not overly done, so you don't feel overwhelmed. I think when you're a patient, you have so many challenges anyway, that being in an environment where it's overly fussy and overly furnished, it would just be overwhelming. And so I was really impressed with that. And then I was completely blown away with how the backyard was done. The minute you walk out there, you feel such a serenity. And even I just wanted to sit there and just enjoy the beauty of nature back there, and the mature trees, and the birds were there singing, and it was just a very relaxing place. And so I thought they really know what they're doing, and they've created this beautiful home for people who are in such need. And then my other thought was, we need more of these homes. We need to have them all over the Conejo Valley, whether it's one huge center or supplemented by other smaller centers throughout, but there's such a large need. Our oncology department is growing by leaps and bounds, and unfortunately, patients are coming in needing help every single day. And it's, again, let me use the word, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to the patient. It's overwhelming to the family. It's overwhelming to their friends. And so to be able to refer these people to a place where they can feel safe, that's the bottom line.
Now, I know you have a palliative care nurse on
Mhm.
staff, and
Yes.
you support conversations about end of life, educating families, being
Yes.
a resource. Can you talk about how our House of Hope could add to that conversation as a resource in the community? What we're doing, and what's your for us working together?
Oh, sure, yes. When you think about it, our society embraces birthing. A young woman gets pregnant, and we have a party for her, and we give her gifts, and we send her cards, and then she comes here and she has the baby, and we send her more gifts and more cards and more parties. But what happens when the circle of life starts to close the loop? And that's where our palliative care person comes in, and palliative care people start to become involved. And this is a wonderful way for us to start to tell our community how important it is to embrace the circle of life. And the House of Hope does that for us. And so I just have pictures of all the happiness have pictures in my mind of all the happiness that is in that home. That would be similar to the happiness that a family would be feeling when they know that their child or grandchild is being born. And so, so if we can connect the House of Hope with our palliative care program and our vision to close the circle of life and embrace that part. That's what we're looking forward to. So when events start to take place throughout this year, next year, and all the years to come, fundraisers, any other type of way to support the House of Hope, you can certainly count on Las Robles Hospital to be there, and look forward to making sure that other people know how important it is to support the house.
That's awesome. You had said something before about being, a pioneering kind of a hospital. You guys are setting trends. You're doing new things in the area, and House of Hope is certainly that,
Mhm.
you know, we're pioneers together.
Yes. Absolutely. Los Robles Hospital sees itself as a pioneer. We were the first acute care hospital out here and will continue to be that way. Firsts are very important to us. Being the pioneer in healthcare is very important to us. And House of Hope is simply another way to continue the pioneer spirit that we have out here in the Conejo Valley. And I think it just kind of goes without saying that if you're here in the Conejo Valley, you do have a pioneering spirit, you know. That's what drives us. And we're a large city, but we're a close city. People all seem to know each other. We're all here to root each other on and to make sure that any new ideas that a group of people might have, like the way that House of Hope started, will be embraced and will not fall by the wayside. And we grab these people who have this great vision, we embrace them, we shore them up, and we travel forward to make their vision a reality.
That's awesome. If you had to tell somebody, a doctor or something, or a friend, one or two of the most important things about our House of Hope, either on a personal level or a professional level, what would that be?
I think on a personal level and a professional level, because I don't think you can separate the two when it comes to House of Hope. They're integrated. I think the most important thing is to dispel the feeling of fear. Even physicians are fearful because physicians want to keep a person alive. They're in the business of health care, of making sure that a person is cared for and lives a quality life. And very often it's the fear of the unknown of death that keeps us away. But when you enter the House of Hope, there is no reason to have fear. There is only the feeling of honestly of love. There's a lot of love in that house. And even though a person is looking at their final days, weeks, maybe months, you want to make that period of time as loving and caring as you possibly can. And so I think that's something that I would like to have our physicians see more of. And certainly the family members to not be fearful of the end of life. And so that we can educate them and teach them how to embrace it and make it meaningful.
Great. Well, unless there's something more you want to add, I think you were
Yeah,
set.
we can go with that.
I think
Okay.
that's absolutely
Good.
fabulous.
Great.
You
Thank you,
do-
Stephen.